Sometimes the most painful truth is not that a man doesn't love you, it's that he never planned to. You wait, you give time, you give understanding. You tell yourself, he just needs space. He's scared. He's been hurt before. But deep inside, you feel something is wrong. Because love doesn't feel like confusion. Love doesn't make you beg for clarity. And today I want to show you the one behavior that reveals everything. Not words, not promises, but a pattern. If a man does this, he will never love you, no matter how patient you are. At the beginning, he seems interested. He texts, he calls, he shows curiosity. But notice this, he never moves closer emotionally. Weeks pass, months pass, yet no deeper conversations, no emotional vulnerability, no clear direction. You feel like you're almost there, but never fully chosen. This is not coincidence. This is emotional hovering. He stays close enough to receive your energy, but far enough to avoid responsibility. A man who loves you moves toward you. A man who doesn't keeps you in suspension. Here is the key sign. He keeps you emotionally involved, but personally replaceable. You are there, but not integrated into his life. You don't meet his inner world, his fears, his future. You are not part of his decisions. He may enjoy your presence, but he does not build with you. This is crucial. Men bond through investment, time, effort, risk. If he avoids investing, he avoids attachment. And no amount of love from your side can create attachment in him. This is not always cruelty. Often it is emotional incapacity. Some men fear intimacy, fear losing control, fear responsibility. So they create relationships where they feel safe. Safe from commitment, safe from expectations, safe from depth. Carl Jung called this avoidance of individuation. They avoid growth by avoiding closeness, and you become the place they rest, not the place they choose. Here is where many women lose themselves. You start thinking, if I love harder, he'll open up. If I stay patient, he'll change. If I prove my value, he'll choose me. But love does not awaken love in someone who is emotionally closed. It only exhausts the one who gives. You cannot heal someone by sacrificing yourself. A man who loves you, claims you, integrates you, protects the bond. A man who doesn't delays, avoids clarity, keeps options open. If he keeps you unsure, he is sure that he doesn't want to go deeper. And that truth is painful, but freeing. The most powerful thing you can do is stop waiting for someone who is comfortable losing you. Because the right man doesn't hesitate. He recognizes, he chooses, he commits. And when love is real, you don't feel anxious. You feel safe. If a man truly wants you, you won't feel anxious. You won't feel confused. You won't feel like you're asking for too much. Love does not create chaos in your nervous system. Confusion is not chemistry, and inconsistency is not mystery. Today, we are not talking about hope. We are talking about truth. This video is not for women who want comfort. It is for women who want clarity. Because the most painful lesson in relationships is this: some men never plan to love you. They plan to use your presence to avoid their emptiness. A man who keeps you guessing is not unsure. He is decided. Decided to enjoy access without responsibility. Decided to receive energy without investment. Decided to stay comfortable while you stay anxious. When a man wants you, his behavior simplifies your life. When he doesn't, everything becomes complicated. Mixed signals are not mixed intentions. They are clear intentions delivered dishonestly. Men do not avoid commitment because of fear of love. They avoid commitment because commitment requires consistency. Consistency exposes character. Consistency requires discipline. Consistency removes options. And some men do not want partnership. They want possibility. They want the possibility of you without the obligation to protect you. Here is a truth psychology rarely explains clearly. Men bond through investment. Women bond through connection. If a man does not invest time, effort, structure, and presence, his emotions will never attach. That's why. He enjoys you. He desires you. He misses you. But he never chooses you. Because without investment, there is no attachment. Waiting does not inspire love. Waiting teaches a man that access to you has no cost. You do not lose a man by setting boundaries. You lose him by removing them. Men do not value what is endlessly available. They value what requires responsibility. Potential is the most dangerous drug in relationships. You fall in love with who he could be, who he was in the beginning, who he promised to become. But relationships are not built on potential. They are built on patterns, and patterns never lie. When intimacy increases, a man who never intended to stay will retreat. Not because you did something wrong, but because closeness demands depth, and shallow men drown in deep water. Some men enter your life not to love you, but to heal themselves through you. They borrow your warmth, they borrow your care, they borrow your emotional labor. And when they feel better, they leave. Real love feels calm. It feels safe. It feels clear. You are not guessing. You are not chasing. You are not explaining your worth. You are chosen. The right man will never confuse you. He will never disappear when things get real. He will never make you question your value. Because love does not hide. Love does not delay. Love does not test your pain tolerance. Love chooses. If you're wondering why you stayed longer than you should have, why you kept hoping, why you kept forgiving, this part is for you. Because what you felt was not love. It was a trauma bond. A trauma bond is not created by love. It is created by inconsistency. Love is stable. Trauma is unpredictable. Your nervous system doesn't attach to peace. It attaches to relief. When pain is followed by affection, your brain releases dopamine. And dopamine is addictive. That's why the highs felt intense, the lows felt unbearable. Leaving felt impossible. You were not weak. You were chemically conditioned. Every time he pulled away, your body felt danger. Not emotional danger, biological danger. Your subconscious interpreted his absence as a threat to survival. So you explained more, gave more, waited more, tolerated more. Not because you lack self-respect, but because your nervous system was trying to restore safety. This is the same mechanism used in gambling addiction. You don't get rewarded every time. You get rewarded sometimes, and sometimes is the most powerful hook. If he was cruel all the time, you would leave. If he was loving all the time, you would relax. But the switch between the two kept you attached, not to him, but to the possibility of relief. He didn't love you, but he mirrored you. He reflected your depth just enough to keep you engaged. That's why the beginning felt magical. But mirroring is not intimacy, it's performance. And performances cannot be sustained. Eventually the mask slips. False hope sounds like this. He's just scared. He's been hurt before. If I'm patient, he'll change. But healing is a personal decision, not a relationship outcome. You cannot love someone into emotional maturity, and you cannot sacrifice yourself to save someone else. You wanted a conversation, an explanation, accountability. But people who avoid responsibility also avoid closure, because closure requires ownership. So instead they disappear, and silence becomes the final answer. You didn't lose yourself all at once. You lost yourself. The first time you ignored a red flag, the first time you justified disrespect, the first time you chose potential over pattern. Self-betrayal is quiet, but it accumulates. Until one day, you don't recognize yourself anymore. You weren't grieving him, you were grieving. The version of him you imagined, the future you hoped for, the person you became to survive. You mourned the dream, not the reality, and that's why it hurt so deeply. Trauma bonds do not break through understanding. They break through distance. No contact is not punishment, it is detox. Your nervous system needs time to recalibrate. Peace will feel boring at first. Silence will feel uncomfortable. That's how you know the healing has begun. One day you will wake up and realize you don't miss him. You miss who you were before the anxiety. And that is the moment your power returns. Now let's talk about him. Not to blame, but to understand. Because once you understand, you stop personalizing. And when you stop personalizing, you regain control. An emotionally avoidant man does not fear love. He fears dependence. Closeness activates something deeper than fear. It activates loss of autonomy. To him, intimacy feels like danger. Not because you are unsafe, but because connection requires vulnerability. And vulnerability was never safe in his early emotional world. In the beginning, avoidant men often appear ideal, attentive, engaging, present. Why? Because distance is safe. At the start, nothing is demanded of them emotionally. There is excitement without exposure. But as intimacy grows, so does discomfort. And that's when the shift happens. He didn't wake up one day and stop liking you. He felt emotionally cornered, not by your behavior, but by the level of closeness. So his system did what it learned long ago. Withdraw, detach, regain control. Avoidant men don't leave because it's bad. They leave because it's real. Avoidant men rarely explain. Explanation requires emotional literacy, self-awareness, accountability. Instead, they disappear, minimize, or deflect. Silence is not confusion. Silence is avoidance.